Hey boys and girls, it's Archie here, and we're going to do a quick 25 tips I wish I knew when I started New World. I put 20 hours into the betas, and now I have 130 hours into the main game, and these will be 25 things I wish I knew. And it's either questions people have asked me, things that I've seen other people do, things other people have told me, and yeah, with that, here's your intro. Okay guys, so number one, the thing I find most important is upgrade your tools. See too many people running around with low level tools. And when I mean upgrade your tools, I don't just mean going from flint to steel or flint to iron to steel. I mean using your Azoth in them. I did not know about upgrading my tools with Azoth until I had steel tools. So I spent all that time trying to gather things with no perks. And I tell you what, it was a pain in the ass. And I don't want anybody else to deal with that. And since we're already talking about Azoth management, it is a big part of the game. It is your travel, it is a currency, and yeah. That being said, trying to use as little of it as you can at low levels. Focus on using it on your tools. That would be a huge boost later. You will get more of it. Your quests will give it to you, and when you get the right perks on your tools, it will give you Azoth for skinning or for collecting. So don't be so scared about using it, just use it wisely. Next one is upgrade your camp. You see a lot of people running around with tier 1 or tier 2 camps. It is very important to upgrade your camp. It will allow you to make new foods and new potions and everything you can at those camps. Speaking of foods, consumables and food. Alright, guys, consumables and food. Some people, I've been through dungeons with level 30s that haven't eaten their food. I'm a healer, and it just makes my life a little bit more difficult watching your health not go up. Make sure you eat your foods.
This'll stop them insect vultures.
That also being said, consumables for things that you're mining or you're skinning or you're harvesting, there are special foods for that. You can go out to any of the farms. Alright guys, farms. We're rolling right into the next one. Farms. If you go to any of the areas that have a farm on them, vegetables and other food things spawn there. Make sure you go there and get those whenever you need them, whenever you see them. Next one is upgrade your bag. They do give you a bag during the normal storyline. It's a very crappy bag. At level 10, you can join a faction, and when you join a faction, you can go to faction salesman and buy a bag rune. Make a bag. Traveling around with not enough weight becomes a huge hassle, and there's no reason to have to do it. Next one, guys, is know your territories. Some areas will spawn a lot of iron, some areas will spawn a lot of hemp, some areas will spawn no hemp. You need to know where you are and what you're needing while you're trying to do those farming runs. I'll leave a link below into a nice little map generator that has a bunch of information that people have put in that will show you where you need to go. It's super handy, and I highly recommend it to everybody. Town boards. This is a do not. Town boards. When it comes to town boards, guys, there's a lot of things that want you to use high tier loot or, run to certain places. Only grab the town boards that are easy to do when you're first starting out. There's no reason to be running around chasing down, the grizzly bears or the bisons. There's a lot of wolves and there's a lot of turkeys, so get feathers or skinning or things like that. There's no reason to be doing lodestones or other things that are just high tier loot. You need that loot for yourself. There's no reason to be giving it to the town, at least not right now. Loot everything, skin everything. All loot boxes are individual, so you can grab a loot box that somebody else grabs. Always grab those boxes. There will be stuff in there that you don't know you need yet, and it will be important later, and you'll wish you had it. Skin everything. Skinning, you're gonna have to level it up eventually, so you might as well level it up as you go. Harvest everything. If you don't need it later, you can sell it. Pick up all the quests, all the side quests, all the faction quests, and everything else you can do like that. Pick them up. They're good XP, they'll give you something a little bit different to do, and you'll need the extra to help you level up to where you need to be. You can't just do the main quest line because eventually it'll just become too hard. So make sure you're doing all the quests at the same time. It's just the better way to level. Buying a house. Buying a house is something that some people say you should buy your first house right away. Some people are saying that you should hang on to it and wait till later. Or some people say you should care about the way it looks or where it's located. For me, I know that first house you buy is 50% off. I'm not buying a house until I can have a big baller house. That's not for everybody. If you want the bonuses for the fast travel location, have the extra area to do it, buy one of the cheap houses. But you do get 50% off your first house. Remember that and plan accordingly. Roll cancel. So movement in this game takes forever. Going from one place to another without using all your Azoth or auto running becomes a pain. So roll canceling is probably the best thing that I've discovered so far. As long as you have light armor on, all you need to do is roll, pull out your weapon partway through the roll, you stand up and you keep running and do it again. Wait till you have 51 stamina, because if you run out of stamina, it makes you stop running. PvP versus PvE. So PvP, guys, does give you a 10% experience boost for everything. That being said, there are a lot of PvP gankers out there that will hunt lower levels. So I personally did have PvP on, and I just avoided anybody I saw that was red, just for that extra little boost. So that's really up to you at the end of the day. Is the 50 is the 10% actually worth it to you, or do you just want to keep it safe? Along with PvP and PvE, wars versus invasions. So whenever you see a war coming up, that's a PvP. It's one faction versus another. You'll need to go to a war board to sign up for it, which I believe right now it's currently level 60. And PvE, which are the invasions, is where everybody fights against the corruption. Next one, guys, is do not use gems in lower level weapons, especially those first few levels. So when you join the faction, you'll be really tempted to buy that faction armor and throw a gem. No reason to do it. You'll need those gems for later, believe you and me. The stone cutting will eventually give you the option to take those gems you have, combine them into better gems. So do not use them, you'll need them later. And since we're already talking about stone cutting, tuning orbs. So part of the whole needing your gems for later is you'll need tuning orbs to get in. Tuning orbs. God damn it. Tuning orbs to get into dungeons, and those are made at stone cutting, the same area that your gems are made. So do not neglect it. While I think all things should be, as soon as you collect them, should be refined and made into something, that way you're always leveling everything up together. So if you mine metal, take it to the smelter and smelt it. If you mine some stone, take it to the stone cutter and cut it. That is a big thing to do, because you will need those gems and you will need stone cutting to make keys to get in the dungeons. Oh, it's been a long day already. Hemp. Hemp is purple leaves, guys. Hemp is mostly found in the center area. It's hard to find most other places, so you need to find it in grassy areas, big open plains, which is normally in these two areas. Silver. Speaking of gems again, guys. Silver equals gems. Silver equals gems. out of all of the nodes that you can mine, silver will produce the most gems. Next one, guys, is when you're putting things into your stash, I know I did it for a long time before I accidentally figured it out. You don't have to drag and drop everything. There is an arrow at the top right corner of the section of your loot that you can click, and it'll put everything in that section of loot in there. So if you can click it, put all your stones in, click that, put all your fish in, or all your reagents. It just makes it so much quicker just to be done with it. Farm named mobs for XP and drops. I have done this only a few times. I've farmed the node bear for skinning XP, and I also accidentally stumbled upon a bunch of people farming the guy that's in Everbright, god damn it, the one place up there with the scary shit. And I ended up getting 6 of the named muskets the guy drops. I didn't even know it was a thing, but apparently if you get 6 or more people into a named mob area, they glitch out and they spawn over and over again. So that is an option. I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but I've done it. Another one, guys. Next one. Another one. Free respec till 20. This is very important. You can play around with a lot of different weapons and everything up until then. Some people suggest that you use all physical weapons until you get there, and then you can make a choice on what you want to do. What I suggest, guys, is look up builds and decide what you want to do look up multiple builds. Try using a sword and shield and an axe. Try using a bow and a hatchet. Try using the ice gauntlet with a priest staff. Try all of it. I got to level 19 and discovered that it wasn't really what I was doing. I didn't like it because I just was like, oh, that looked cool, and I didn't try anything else. So make sure you guys try out a little bit of everything before you make a decision. And the last one I have on this list right now is salvage everything. I don't even think that's 25. I think that's only 23. Salvage everything, guys. There's no reason to be keeping your old gray or old green loot. I know sometimes you're like, oh, I might need this for something. You can't sell it. I mean, most people won't buy it. And there's just no reason to keep it. Unless you're giving it to a friend that you have on at that very moment, it is just taking up space in your stash. Alright guys, that was a little bit of a struggle for me. I don't do videos like this very often. I'm going to try to do some build videos and things of the sort. I appreciate you guys for watching. If this was helpful at all, if there's anything I missed or things that you think I should have done, please leave a comment below. If you guys have your own tips and tricks or things that you think would help me or other players, leave that below. Appreciate you guys and all the support you guys have shown me lately. Our videos are doing, decent for what they are. Alright guys, I'm loving this game. I hope you guys are too. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All that normal bullshit. Love you. Kisses.